He took his blood pressure medication every single day. He walked, he ate clean, and still, he collapsed on his front lawn. No warning, no pain, just silence. And then the sirens. His wife, shaking as she dialed 911, watched the morning go from calm to chaos in seconds. A scene that plays out thousands of times each day across America. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, every 40 seconds, someone in the U.S. has a stroke, often because of uncontrolled blood pressure they never felt coming. What went wrong? That's what his wife kept asking as she rode beside him in the ambulance. The truth is, high blood pressure doesn't always give you signs, but it always leaves a trail if you know where to look. In this video, we're uncovering the 7 most common blood pressure mistakes seniors make, and more importantly, how to fix them before they lead to something far worse. Even if you take your meds, even if you walk daily, there may be small silent habits working against you without you knowing it. Quick question before we begin. Have you ever skipped a pill just because you felt fine? Type yes or never in the comments. Your answer might open someone else's eyes today. And if you care about protecting your heart, your memory, and your independence, hit subscribe and share this video with someone you care about. Because sometimes, the smallest adjustments change everything. Let's start with the most dangerous habit of all, skipping your medication just because you feel fine. He was doing well. Every morning, Mr. Leonard took his pills, made his coffee, and read the paper. He said, "I feel great. Maybe I don't need these anymore." So he stopped, one day at a time. At first, nothing changed, until the morning he stood up from bed and collapsed. The ER doctor told him, "Your pressure spiked overnight. Your body didn't see it coming." This is one of the most dangerous mistakes seniors make with blood pressure, stopping or skipping medication just because they feel fine. The twist? Feeling fine often means the medication is working. You don't feel anything, because it's doing its job quietly. But when you stop, the pressure returns, slowly, silently, until it hits hard. According to the National Institute on Aging, Maryland, U.S., 2020, inconsistent use of blood pressure medication is one of the leading causes of preventable strokes in older adults. So what can you do? Make taking your meds part of your daily rhythm, like brushing your teeth. Use a pill box, an alarm, or link it with breakfast. And if you ever feel tempted to stop, call your doctor first, because staying consistent isn't just about numbers on a chart. It's about keeping your heart steady, your brain clear, and your future yours. Have you or someone you know ever stopped medication without telling the doctor? Comment 1 if yes. 2. If never, your experience might help someone today. And now, let's move on to another one of the dangerous mistakes seniors make with blood pressure. Eating too much sodium, often without even realizing it. Mrs. Helen always cooked from scratch, but after her hip surgery, she switched to canned soup and microwave dinners. Just for a few weeks, she said. Her blood pressure shot up. She thought it was stress, or the weather. The real culprit? Salt. Hidden. Everywhere. This is another one of the dangerous mistakes seniors make with blood pressure. Believing you're eating low sodium just because you don't add salt at the table. Here's the twist. Over 70% of sodium in the average diet comes from packaged and processed foods, not the salt shaker, according to data published by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration in 2021. Even healthy options like whole grain bread, deli turkey, or salad dressing can contain more sodium than a bag of chips. And for older adults whose kidneys process sodium less efficiently, this can spike blood pressure faster and longer than in younger bodies. So what can you do? Start reading labels, not just for calories, but sodium per serving. Look for low sodium, under 140 milligrams per serving, or no added salt. Rinse canned foods, skip the seasoning packets, and use lemon, garlic, or herbs instead. And give your taste buds time. Cutting sodium feels bland at first, but in a few weeks, your senses reset. Suddenly, real food tastes real again. Because managing blood pressure isn't just about avoiding what's bad. It's about reawakening what's good for your body and your life. And speaking of awareness, the next dangerous mistake seniors make with blood pressure is not even seeing the numbers rise until it's too late. Let's talk about what home monitoring can quietly reveal and why it might save your life. Frank hated numbers. He said they gave him anxiety. So, even though his doctor suggested a home monitor, he avoided it. "I feel okay," he told his wife. "If something was wrong, I'd know." One afternoon, he felt dizzy mowing the lawn. His son convinced him to check his pressure. 189/102. He was stunned. This is one of the dangerous mistakes seniors make with blood pressure. Not checking it regularly because they feel fine or they're afraid of what they'll find. But here's the twist. High blood pressure rarely has symptoms. It can quietly damage arteries, kidneys, even your brain, without any warning signs. According to the American Heart Association in 2022, home blood pressure monitoring helps detect issues earlier, improve medication accuracy, and lower stroke risk. And it's easy. Choose a digital monitor with an upper arm cuff. Take readings at the same time each day, morning or evening. Sit still for 5 minutes, feet flat, no talking. Keep a log or use an app to track patterns. You don't need to become a scientist. You just need to stay informed, because this isn't about fear, it's about facts. And facts give you the power to act early, before small numbers become big problems. Next, we'll explore another silent trigger. One that lives in your mind, your shoulders, your breath. Let's talk about stress, how it quietly raises pressure, and what you can do to release it. Mrs. Gloria had perfect habits, took her meds, ate well, walked daily, but her pressure stayed high. One day at her checkup, the nurse asked, "Are you under any stress lately?" She smiled politely. "Well, I'm caring for my husband full-time. I haven't slept through the night in months, but I'm fine." This is another dangerous mistake seniors make with blood pressure. Ignoring stress because it doesn't look like stress. Here's the twist. Stress isn't always loud. Sometimes it's in your shoulders, your sighs, that tightness in your chest when you lie down at night. Chronic stress triggers a constant fight-or-flight response. Your body releases cortisol and adrenaline. Your blood vessels tighten, your heart rate rises, and if it doesn't stop, your blood pressure stays elevated, sometimes even with meds. According to the Mayo Clinic's Heart Health Guidance in 2021, unmanaged stress is a major contributor to treatment-resistant hypertension and heart strain. But there's hope. Deep breathing, 5 seconds in, 7 seconds out, slows the heart. Daily movement releases mood-boosting endorphins. Journaling, prayer, or even soft music can lower cortisol levels. And sometimes just talking to someone lightens the load more than you expect. Stress may be invisible, but so is oxygen, and you feel the difference when it's gone. Have you ever realized your stress was affecting your health, only after your body forced you to slow down? Let us know in the comments. You never know who your story might help today. Up next, we'll explore how doing nothing can silently hurt your pressure too. Let's talk about the dangers of inactivity and how moving gently every day might do more than any pill can. James was a retired school principal, disciplined, thoughtful, and sharp. After he stopped working, he started reading more, watching documentaries, doing puzzles. All good habits on the surface, but he rarely left his chair. At his next checkup, his blood pressure had crept higher. His doctor asked, "How often do you get up and move?" James paused. "I don't really sit all day." Then he realized he kind of did. This is another dangerous mistake seniors make with blood pressure. Believing that stillness is safe because it looks calm. Here's the twist. Long periods of sitting slow your circulation, weaken your muscles, and increase chronic inflammation, a silent driver of high blood pressure. The American Heart Association stated in its 2021 report that sedentary behavior is now considered as harmful to cardiovascular health as smoking once was. And the fix isn't about joining a gym. It's about building movement into your day. Bit by bit. Set a timer to stand every 30 to 60 minutes. March in place during commercials. Walk while on the phone. Stretch in the morning sun. You don't need perfect form. You need momentum. Because movement is medicine, and every step tells your heart, I'm still in this. What's one small way you sneak movement into your day? Share it in the comments. You might inspire someone who feels stuck. Coming up, let's explore how small drinks, coffee in the morning, wine at night, might quietly undo your efforts. Next, the caffeine-alcohol loop and how it tricks even the most health-conscious seniors. Mornings with coffee, evenings with wine. That was Harold's rhythm. 1 cup to wake up, 1 glass to wind down. It felt harmless, even comforting. But his blood pressure told a different story. Despite taking his meds, his numbers stayed unpredictable. His doctor looked over his logs and gently asked, "Have you noticed how your pressure jumps after coffee or dips too low after wine?" Here's another dangerous mistake seniors make with blood pressure. Underestimating how caffeine and alcohol can quietly disrupt the body's balance. Here's the twist. These drinks don't scream danger. They whisper it through subtle spikes, restless sleep, or sudden dizziness. Caffeine narrows blood vessels and stimulates the heart, leading to temporary spikes in blood pressure, especially for those over 60 whose sensitivity increases with age. Alcohol, meanwhile, may feel relaxing, but it can interfere with medications, disrupt deep sleep, and raise blood pressure over time, especially when consumed daily. According to the National Institute on Aging in its 2022 guidance, even moderate alcohol use can increase hypertension risk in older adults, while caffeine effects vary widely based on metabolism. The key isn't to quit completely. It's to observe and adjust. Monitor your pressure before and after your coffee. Try decaf or half-caf if spikes appear. Limit alcohol to occasional, not habitual, and avoid drinking close to bedtime. Small shifts, big difference, because what feels comforting may be quietly working against you. Next, we'll explore the most overlooked habit of all, communication. Let's talk about how open conversations with your doctor can change your care and even save your life. Every time Carol visited her doctor, she smiled politely, nodded along, and left with a prescription. But one day she finally said it. "Doctor, I've been cutting my pills in half to make them last longer." There was silence. Then her doctor leaned forward and said, "Thank you for telling me. Let's fix this together." One of the most dangerous mistakes seniors make with blood pressure is staying quiet. Not just skipping appointments, but not speaking up. Not mentioning side effects, lifestyle changes, money worries, or new supplements. Here's the twist. Your doctor doesn't just need your numbers. They need your honesty. The CDC emphasized in its 2022 patient care report that open communication significantly improves treatment outcomes for hypertension in adults over 60. And this isn't about bothering your doctor. It's about teaming up. You know your body. They know the medicine. Together, you make a plan that fits real life. Bring your BP log. Ask questions, even small ones. Mention anything that feels off. If something doesn't feel right, say it. Clearly and calmly. Because silence can be dangerous, but clarity can be life-saving. Now that we've covered all 7 dangerous mistakes seniors make with blood pressure, let's take a deep breath and step into the final section, where everything you've learned comes together into a simple, doable routine that helps you manage your blood pressure daily, without stress or confusion. It's easy to feel overwhelmed after learning so much, so let's keep it simple. Here's a daily plan based on everything we've covered that fits real life, not just medical charts. Morning. Take your blood pressure medication, same time every day. Check your blood pressure and jot down the number. Stretch, walk, or do light movement for 10 to 15 minutes. Midday. Choose a low-sodium meal, check the label. Swap a salty snack for fruit, yogurt, or unsalted nuts. Drink water, not soda or energy drinks. Evening. If you drink alcohol, limit it to 1 glass and not every night. Avoid caffeine after 2 p.m. Take 5 minutes to breathe, journal, or reflect to reduce stress. Once a week, review your blood pressure log. Write down any side effects or concerns. Prepare questions for your doctor, and don't hesitate to call if needed. This isn't about perfection, it's about rhythm. Your heart responds to consistency. And every small step builds toward a stronger, more stable you. You've just walked through 7 dangerous mistakes seniors make with blood pressure and learned how to turn them into daily wins. From taking your meds on time to reading sodium labels, from calming stress to talking openly with your doctor, none of this is about fear. It's about power. The twist? Managing blood pressure isn't just about numbers, it's about how you move, breathe, eat, rest, and choose. And now I want to hear from you. Would you like a video on what happens if you eat 2 eggs every day for a month? If yes, comment yes. If no, comment no. And don't forget to like, share this with someone who needs it, and subscribe so you don't miss what's next. Because your health journey isn't over, it's just getting stronger.